Hi everyone, hope you're all okay and had a nice weekend. So here I am today ready to read the next chapter of There's a Yeti in the Playground. This chapter is called The Eye of the Storm, and we've got up to the point where the children have gone to spy on the teachers in the staff room. When they've gone in there, they're all huddled round the television. I wonder what they've seen. The Eye of the Storm. Jodie made us stay behind the sofa for exactly 30 seconds after the end of lunch bell had rung and all the teachers had left the room. And then she said, "Go, go, go!" and started to run. So me and Zach ran after her. But Jodie kept running along the bottom corridor rather than going up the stairs towards our classroom, which is the way we should have been going. So I shouted, "Jodie!" But she couldn't hear me because she was too far ahead and she was weaving in and out of people, because everyone was in the bottom corridor trying to get to their classes and nobody was lining up outside like normal and taking turns to come in because of the snow. That's when Zach said, "She's leading us back to the den." But then before we could get much further, I heard a little voice shout, "Help!" And I turned and saw that Maisie had climbed onto one of the windowsills to get away from all the people, and she looked terrified. So I pushed my way through the crowd and stood underneath her and bent over a bit and shouted, "Jump!" And she did, because it's not the first time I've had to rescue Maisie by giving her a piggyback. And then we ran all the way back to the den. When we got there, Jodie was sitting on the ground with the door wide open. She was looking mega weird. So we rushed inside and shut the door and sat down. And Zach said, "Jodie, please tell me where the bag of rations is," because he was freaking out a bit and wanted a biscuit to calm himself down. Jodie just ignored him and said, "Did you hear it?" But then Zach started asking about the biscuits again, so I said, "Shh," because I really wanted to know what Jodie had heard in the staff room. And I said, "No, what did you hear, Jodie?" And Jodie looked up at me and said, "A beast is coming. It's coming here." And we all gasped. Once we'd managed to get Maisie to stop screaming, I said, "Jodie, me and Zach were in there with you and we didn't hear anything about a beast." And then Zach said, "Is this like the time you saw the goat?" But then I gave Zach a look and he stopped talking right away because, like I said, Jodie does not like to be reminded of that. And that's when Jodie said, "It was on the TV." And that made a bit more sense. And Zach said, "What type of beast?" And Jodie shrugged and said, "I don't know. It didn't say. I just heard the man on the TV say a beast is coming, and it's coming here." And then Jodie looked at me and her eyes were huge. Usually Jodie does not look scared of anything, but she looked scared of this. I had no idea what was going on because I'd been sure the TV man had been talking about the weather and the snow, and Zach said he'd thought that too. Maisie was nodding her head and agreeing with us loads because she was desperate for Jodie to be wrong about the beast. That's when I remembered that Maisie hadn't been in the staff room with us because she'd run away. She definitely hadn't seen Mr. Beatty sobbing in the corner. So we told Maisie what had happened in the staff room, and she didn't say anything because she was too busy taking deep breaths so she didn't faint again. That's when Zach said that he heard the newsman say something about a snowstorm and a red warning, and that he thought the teachers were in such a state because we were snowed in and the doors were probably frozen shut and there was a super storm heading right for our school. Zach told us that he'd watched a documentary about superstorms, and then he went a bit quiet and looked at Maisie. But Maisie took a deep breath and nodded to him that it was fine to keep speaking, and she made her brave face. So that's when Zach said he was sorry to be the one to have to tell us that our lives were in danger, and that was probably why the teachers were so upset. Then he started saying loads of stuff like tornado of snow and twister and ultimate destruction. And Maisie's brave face turned into her fainting face because she had. So we got the fainting blanket that we keep in the corner of the den and wrapped her up tight so she would be warm while she had a little nap. Because there's not really much else you can do when Maisie faints of shock. So we just kept doing the secret meeting. Jodie said, "Should we not be evacuating?" And Zack said, "Not if we're already trapped." I was really worried that the storm was headed directly for our school with us all trapped inside it. But I was also really worried that we were going to get into mega trouble for being so late to class. So I said that we should get to class, but Jodie said, "No, we need to find out if this is true and how much time we have to try to escape." And then she said that there was only one way to know for sure. I gasped and Zack gulped because we both knew what Jodie meant. She meant we should sneak into the school office and spy on the mega scary office ladies, because the mega scary office ladies knew everything. It's a bit like that in our school, isn't it? Then before we could even discuss it, Jodie picked Maisie up in the blanket and threw her over her shoulder and said, "Let's go!" And that's the end of that chapter. So the next chapter is called The Beast from the East. Do you think it's an actual beast? We'll have to wait and see and find out, won't we? See you next time. Bye.